If you recall, and if you remember back when she was initially running to secure the Democratic nomination, her campaign lasted all but 5 minutes. She dropped out so fast. She was like a bygone. You didn't even remember her name. And then Joe Biden got the nod because they felt it was his turn. So he became the presidential nominee for the Democrat Party. And his only criteria in choosing and picking his VP pick, was the fact that he was looking for a woman of color. Enter Kamala Harris. So she's vice president this for Biden's term, and she has only one assignment, a single responsibility. That was the southern border. Now, look at the chaotic hot mess that has been. However, some could argue that she did according to plan. The Democrat Party wanted illegal immigrants to enter this nation. They wanted the influx and the overflow to come in. It was all by design and all part of their plan. So essentially, she succeeded, I guess, if you look at it that way. But she had one job, which to any normal person with common sense, you can look at it and say, she failed. But she failed on purpose. So now that they've essentially pushed Biden aside, unceremoniously, I think, and now in walks in Kamala Harris, and she's vying for the top job to be President of the United States. But who exactly is she? The mainstream media is going to do their best to hide her and protect her and shield her from hard questions. And Trump himself wants to debate her. He's already offered 3 dates. She's only decided and picked one. She won't do an interview until the end of the month. If you are vying for the most powerful position in this country and one of the most powerful positions in the world, and you can't make yourself any more available than that. You know, I've worked a lot harder for just menial jobs. I mean, let alone to be President of the United States. Here's a list of what I wrote of things that, just of what Kamala Harris believes. These came out of her own mouth. These are her own words. These are the positions that she held in previous interviews. That she believes in ending the private health care, her private health insurance. So if you like your insurance, too bad for you, because if she gets in, she's going to end that. She believes that the federal government should confiscate firearms from law-abiding citizens and mandate a buyback program. She supports a tax increase that would crush the middle class. She supports the Green New Deal. She supported the 2020 riots from back in 2020, and believes that the police should be defunded. She's on the record having said that if anything, they should at least upend the system and rethink policing by way of having more cops on the street isn't going to make anyone any safer. So she said a lot of things that if you look at the 2020 riots, especially Minneapolis, Minnesota, the fires that were started, the property that was damaged, she basically believed that these criminals should be let out without bail. She compared ICE to the KKK. She believes ICE should be abolished. She believes illegal immigration should be decriminalized and that taxpayers should fund illegal immigrants, that we should basically, on taxpayer dollars, house and feed and support and take care of these people. She believes that transgender surgeries in prisons should also be taxpayer funded. So taxpayers should be on the hook to pay for that as well. And she was lastly the deciding vote of the American Rescue Plan, which essentially is what contributed to the skyrocketing inflation that we have felt and experienced this since they've been in office. You know, look, The media is going to try to spin this any way they want and try to convince you otherwise. And she can say she's had a change of heart all she wants. This is where she stood on the issues before before now. And I think now with the sprint, the 90-day sprint, she'll say anything to get in office. And that's exactly what we don't want. We don't want a radical progressive that would essentially destroy this nation.